everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday, June the 27th, 2025, and welcome to my weekly card making live. It's so good to see so many of you here. I did take off last week so that I could spend some time with my daughter and son-in-law. Just had a really nice family weekend, and I'm super excited to be back today. This week, Simon Says Stamp had a brand new release called Friend Like You. It's a really, really great release. I have quite a few cards I've already made with the release, and we're going to try to knock out a couple more in today's live. Let's see. Hello, Christy. She's in her craft room, still in her PJs. Christy's winning today. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Margot. It's so good to see everybody here. Okay, so if you have shopped the Friend Like You release from Simon Says Stamp, can you drop me a note in the chat? Let me know what you've picked up. I want to remind everyone that today is is day one of a 2-day blog hop. I do have some new cards in today's hop, but make sure that you hop along, stop at all the stops along the hop, and leave comments for chances to win gift certificates to Simon Says Stamp. And don't forget to hop again tomorrow for even more chances and more inspiration. Hello, Tabitha says happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. Hi, Donna and Cindy. Under a Pile of Papers is here. So good to be back with everybody today. So I'm actually hopping in. If you saw me, I posted on Instagram about 15 minutes ago. I had company last week. I had company a couple weeks before that, my mom and dad. And then I have company coming this afternoon. So my friend is coming for the weekend, and we are going to sew all weekend long. I'm super excited. I'm going to take the whole weekend off and see how much I can achieve. A little bit embarrassing that I sent her photos this morning and said, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Look at all of these half-finished projects. So I pulled out a bunch, and I will keep you guys updated. Anyone who likes to follow me for that kind of thing, over the weekend I'll probably post in stories on Instagram, kind of sharing what I'm getting up to or what we're getting up to. We're also going to film for any of my stitchers or anyone interested in learning how to make cording. We are going to work on filming a cording video. It's just easier with another person, and so Karen volunteered, and I'm going to take her up on it. Hello, Athena. Jenny says she's looked through and hasn't bought anything yet. Hello, Donna Marie. Hi, Ashley. Working on birthday cards. Fantastic. Rita gets to catch a live from Texas. Nice. Ashley, great news that your air conditioner is working. It is way too hot in way too many places for it not to be working, right? I'm super glad to hear that update. Christy, I know, Christy, you could take off now and you would be here later. Yes, it would be nice. Thanks, Mindy. That's so sweet of you. Hi, Nikki. All right, we are going to turn the camera around. I am going to show you guys, in case you haven't seen, I have 2 edited videos up on my channel now with Friend Like You release products, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to create today. So, first thing, yay, Courtney Christie said she needs a refresh. Yes, that has been highly, highly requested. So yesterday on my YouTube channel, these cards went up, and they are shaped shaker cards with a seamless stenciling from the border into the inside. So some of the components for the shaker are on the front, some are inside, and these are just really super, super simple. And we're going to take components actually of these cards, even though what we're creating today is nothing like these. But we are going to stamp on acetate with white StazOn. We are going to use the A2 arches. We're just going to create a different kind of card and a non-shaker card. But 2 different ones. I love all these cute little critters. Lots of Olo coloring. So, so fun. Hello, Joyous in Christ. I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you here. Ashley, that's totally fine. I love that you just come and join me for the videos. You don't have to actually do it. That's awesome. Nicola says no air conditioners much, she says, in Germany. Oh my word. Yeah, I don't know if I'd make it. Let's see. Yes, Susie says hi, Odin and Frank. I think they're with Ethan. he is home today and he's actually going out to mow, so yippee. In today's edited video, I have a set of 3 cards. They're just 3 different colorways, but they are the same card design, featuring that cute, cozy birdhouse from the release, and of course the little birdies, and this wonderful, here, I'll see if I can tilt it, this dotted Dainty detail plate. I get all the words mixed up. Let me look. Dainty dotted daisy. There we go. We actually are going to use that again today because I absolutely love it. Let's see. OP says, love this card. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I will go back. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, and Heidi says, watching these this morning was super fun. I did incorporate, so my florals actually are not from the Friend Like You release. They're from a previous release. And this is I think it's the hanging leaf ring, and I absolutely love that set. I think the florals work for so many things, and they just kind of help soften this. So those 2 videos are up on my channel right now. Okay, so today, I kind of have some things out. I don't have it all put together, and I think we're going to go ahead and try to put together 2 here on camera. This is actually, I don't know if it's translating very good on camera, but this is indigo cardstock, not black. This is black. I think you can see the difference there. So it's a really deep, dark blue navy, which I really love. I've been loving a darker background lately, and we are going to be using a bunch of the beautiful new florals for our card today, including the wonderful Dainty Dotted Daisy embossing folder. We are going to use those wonderful A2 arches again, just like for the shaker cards. And then we're going to use the delicate Wildflowers, the tilted Daisies, and the Arctic Poppies. I think these 3 new sets are just beautiful. Simon Says Stamp has some of the best florals, I think, for building all kinds of beautiful floral designs. Absolutely amazing. Let's see. Tabitha loves the indigo color. Thank you. Oh, now Kathleen can see the blue. It sometimes just doesn't show super great on camera just because of the lighting and things. Then we have, and I have them here, I did use one of those A2 arches to die cut some acetate panels. And if you watched my video for these cards, I also used the acetate for those. We are going to stamp our greetings on these because my imagining here, I don't really want a shaker for these, but I want my text from the Smile stamp set to go over my florals. And the best way I could think to do that without covering up the florals is with acetate. So acetate can really be a wonderful tool if you want to get some really cool layered effects on your cards. So let's go ahead and set those aside for a minute, and let's work on our backgrounds first. Christy loves the flowers. I do too. When I saw these flowers, I knew I was going to love it. Susie, how does the Simon glue compare to the Bearly Arts glue? Susie, I love, love, love this glue. I haven't actually used Bearly glue in quite some time. I do still have, well, I think I still have some. I have been using just the Nuvo glue in here. You can buy this empty and fill it with whatever you want. And I am thinking I'm actually going to fill it with this my empty one with the craft glue from Simon Says Stamp because I love it so much. So 2 thumbs up for me for that. Oh, Madge, that's so funny. She says your color choices are fabulous. I'm going to call you Color from now on. I think that's cute. Thank you. So let's go ahead, and we're actually going to do our die cut and embossing here on camera. I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. And I guess I should maybe talk about the colors of cardstock. We'll do that here in a little bit, other than the background. So I wish I would have done this to begin with, but I did not, so we're going to do it now. I'm actually going to take one of those A2 arches, and we are going to die cut. Nicola, what are the new to me little purple crowns icons? Oh, I can't see them in my streaming software, but you guys can see them in the chat, and it is chat engagement. So you kind of get little ratings, I guess. I didn't even know that was a thing until a few weeks ago when people were asking, and I think it's so funny. The glue press. Oh, yes, Susie said. Good, I'm glad I answered that then. Okay. So, I'm actually going to die cut it from this one first. So this one I already embossed, and I am using the debossed side. I actually like it better than the embossed side. I don't know why, for this particular embossing folder. I know in my video that went up this morning, I talked about how I absolutely love this embossing folder. I can see this being one of my all-time favorites. I love a good all-over embossing folder. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my die cut machine here. So I'm hoping this doesn't completely ruin my deboss look. I think it'll still be okay. We are actually going to keep both the inside and the outside on this, because I want the whole thing to have that really pretty design. Jennifer, congratulations! She became an aunt. Nice. Oh, that's so wonderful. Kathleen, no, you're not being graded. And I can tell you guys, just as I'm watching, I can't see them in the streaming software. Only you guys can see that. So, no, I'm for sure not grading you guys on your chatting at all. Oh, let's die cut this first. I just talked about that, didn't I? So I'm just going to center. I'm a huge fan of any basic shape like this as well. And the arches is probably one of my all-time favorites. I really do love these. Kathleen, that's okay. You do not need to be a chatty Cathy at all. You do you. Christy says if you talk a lot, you get a crown. That's why Christy probably has one. Christy, love you, friend. Tabitha says it's a competition. Oh, Tabitha, thank you so much for the super chat. You're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice of you. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I actually die cut this one first, which is my preference. But like I said, I changed my mind part of the way through. So that's why I only did one of them. Christy says becoming an auntie is so good. I just love that. That is so exciting. I'm so glad you shared your news with us, Jennifer. That's exciting. Okay. So I need to make sure that I'm putting this in the right direction. Pretty sure it's this way. If I do it wrong, we're just not going to say anything. I'll redo it or we'll roll with it. Okay, I do want to talk about the Simon Says Stamp embossing folders. They're super, super thick. My favorite way to cut these without completely warping my plates is I usually take the A and B platforms for my Spellbinders, my paper inside of my embossing folder, and then funny enough, this wonderful thick cardboard that comes on your embossing folder, I actually use as my top plate to die cut. I know there are other sandwiches that work and that I have used, but I find this one does the least amount of hard labor, I guess, for my machine. Karen says Auntie is one of her favorite titles. Karen is an amazing aunt too, by the way. Oh, I totally did do it the wrong way, but you know what? We're just going to use this one this direction. That's okay. I knew I would mess up. Guess I could flip it over. Either way is going to be fine. This one is has much better impressing than the other one. Maybe, I'm wondering if running it through again. You know what, you guys? We're just going to go ahead and die cut another one because I'm not super impressed with the one I did off camera. And these are my cards, and we're going to do what we want here. So let's go ahead and die cut this. There we go. And I reuse my Post-it tape as much as possible. So we're just going to flip this over and tape it together. Let's see. I don't want it skewed. I'm super distracted by the fact that that other one embossed so much better. Nikki says she does it just like me. That's awesome. What weight is the paper, Kat said. You guys, I cannot remember what weight the Spellbinders paper is. That's what I'm using, the cardstock. Is it 100? I feel like it's 100, but I don't know if every color is 100. Sometimes not all the colors are the same weight, but don't take that at face value. I would have to look it up. I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to run our second one through. Ginger says it's your video and you can die cut whatever you want, whenever you want. Thank you, Ginger. My friend Lori got me this shirt that says, I do what I want. And it's so funny because I say that a lot, apparently. And it's hilarious. Rochelle says Nana is her favorite title. I have to say, I do love being an aunt. I went to my nephew's baseball games a couple weekends ago. He's 11 now. And it was the best time. Man, I had fun. Okay, we actually, let's look at these. Here's this good one. Yeah, both of these look so much better than that original one. We're just going to pitch that one. Bye. Okay. Now that we have our background done, let me put my embossing folder away. I'm trying to keep it clean for you, Karen, so that my room isn't too big of a mess. Let's see. Kat says she struggles with the Simon Says Stamp embossing folders. Oh, try that. Try using this cardboard as your top plate. That's the thing that has given me the best luck with any of them. Any of them I've used. I have tried other sandwiches and there are some that work, but this is my favorite way to do it. All right. Let's see. Joanne says it is 100 pounds. Thank you, Joanne, for checking. I appreciate that. I thought it was, but I did not want to misspeak. Okay, so now we have our backgrounds, and I am going to use the debossed side because I just really, for whatever reason, I really like that. I'm going to have to grab another background since I had to reuse one of those. So I want to talk a little bit about this because in my shaped shaker card, I did this as well. If you happen to catch that video, if not, no big deal. We're going to talk about it right here. Why am I cutting another piece of the same color of cardstock? So I have found that if I would take, where's my card base? Hold on. Sometimes when I take my card base, and I almost always use these white top fold card bases from Simon Says Stamp. When I like to have a seamless either shaker or popped up frame, so let's say I was doing it this way, I would attach this piece directly to the card base and then we pop up this piece. Sometimes you can see that base color underneath, and I hate seeing that white. Hate is a strong word. I dislike seeing the white under there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to use that other piece of navy that doesn't have any of the embossing on it. I still want it to have that seamless embossing folder look, but even from the side, I still want to see that indigo cardstock. I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of an extra step and an extra piece of cardstock that we're kind of not wasting, but using. But to me, it really makes it worth it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to take that extra piece of cardstock that goes back behind, and we are going to glue our background right to that. Happy Friday, E. Briggs. Christy says her great-nephew calls her aunt. Oh, whoops, I got a card coming into the screen. That's funny. Calls her Aunt Christy the Great at her request. Okay, that's awesome. Because my kids called one of their aunts when they were little Crazy Aunt Robin. That was not at her request. That is what their dad called his sister. She was a good sport about it, but I don't think she loves that it's stuck. She is a little bit, though. And we say it in love. Okay, we're going to glue that down just like so. And now, even if it's just slightly off, all we're going to see is that beautiful indigo color. Kim says that makes sense. Good. I'm just going to put my magnets on that to hold that down for a minute. Let's go ahead and do the other one. This one goes with this. Oh, good, Kat. I hope that suggestion helps you, because I thought I was doing something wrong for the longest time. And I'll be honest, I don't know that I've watched how it's recommended. This is what I figured out that worked for me, and I was like, oh, this works great. So even if I don't always keep all the packaging for my embossing folders, I usually keep several that I just use specifically as that shim. Let's make sure that's not straight, you goober. Let's try that again. Maybe instead of talking, a little less talking, a little more putting that right where it's supposed to go. There we go. Sometimes we just have to be our own crazy. That's right. That is right. What Tabitha says, I'm Auntie Boom. My nephew was super finicky, so I pretend to bang him into things. He never said my name for years. Only Auntie Boom. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Okay, so our backgrounds are done. So next thing we're going to do, well, they're not done, but I guess they are. We're going to flip our frames over, and I'm actually going to glue now the acetate to the back. And I just want to do this now because I want my liquid glue to dry while we work on building our beautiful flower garden. I cut my acetate with the die, but you also could just cut a rectangle and place it back behind. I was being slightly extra, as I like to do. So we'll put that one over there. Question, how do you like the Simon Says Stamp glue? I really like it, Donna. I really like it. I have found that it works very well. I was a little bit, I'm always hesitant. I think I've told you guys this before. I'm not always the best at jumping on things right away, and I love it. I was saying earlier in the video that I am going to take my empty container for the glue press, and I'm going to fill it with this glue so that I can use it in the glue press. Jennifer says the best thing about being a Tia is she gets to spoil her rotten with quilts and crocheted booties. Oh, I love, love, love that. Jennifer, that is so exciting. Also, I love that it's Tia for aunt. I always have loved that. I just think it's so cute. I don't know. Let's see. Donna says this is a great Simon Says Stamp release. It really is. It really, really is. Okay, so I am done with these as well. I'm going to just move those out of the way till I can put them away. Let's start building our flower garden. And we want to keep our frame kind of handy while we're working. But I do want to do a little bit of inking. So I'm going to grab anything that's green. You wouldn't have to. This is definitely an extra step. If you don't want to add any ink blending, it'll go a little bit quicker, but this isn't a super time consuming card either. So what we're going to do is take a detailed blending brush, and I decided to try this new color of ink that came out in this release called Juniper. So what we're going to do is use a detailed brush for this so we can really control where the ink goes. I'm really just going to kind of blend it down the stem, partially on the leaf, but I still want to maintain that rainforest color. I talk about this in other videos as well, but what I like is I like starting with colored cardstock to do my ink blending because I really feel like you don't have to work as hard to get that wonderful color. Oh, yay, Sean, I'm glad you got to catch us live too. Will anyone else have exciting news? Let us know so we can celebrate you in the chat. I always love hearing what everybody's up to. And if you're doing something fun this weekend, let us know. Or even if you're just getting to spend some time in your craft room, let us know that too, because that is always so nice. Spending time doing what you love is always a good thing. Ooh, yay! Tabitha says that she ordered the new colors. Awesome! I really like this color. I also really, really love new ink pads. I know that that's unrealistic to just have a new ink pad, but part of me is like, why refill? Let's just get a new one. I just love how the new ink pads feel, how they work, how they stamp. I don't know. Okay. There are our green pieces. Let's do a little cleaning. Question, is Juniper the only new color? How did I miss that? No, it's a new trio. Here, I'll show them to you. I don't have the others out, so but they're just right here in my drawer. Let me grab them. So this is the new color trio of inks, Donna. It's Jade, Eucalyptus, and Juniper. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Christy, I'm so glad you got your HOA approved for landscaping. That is great news. Okay, next up, we are going to do these little blooms. And these were die cut from the Chiffon color of Spellbinders cardstock, which is my new favorite. You know, Barely Peach used to be my favorite. Chiffon is my new favorite. And I am going to put a little rhubarb ink on these, but I want it to be minimal. So I'm going to tap off a bunch of this. And I'm going to start off of these, and I'm going to use a really light hand to blend in this rhubarb color. Basically leaving the tips of my blooms the chiffon, and then we're just blending in. We'll just pick up a little bit from my glass mat here, blending in that rhubarb. Jennifer, you're totally fine. We're glad you're here. You're not late at all. Oh no, Koi says she got a new AC unit on what was the hottest day of the year. Koi, when I got a new air conditioner here a couple years ago, it literally was the hottest it had been. It was August, which was worse. But I was like, really? I mean, it's just the way it goes, I feel like. But I'm glad you have a new AC. That's the great thing. Rita's stitching patriotic while listening. Awesome, Rita. Tell us what you're stitching. Anne says, just caught your live and now I need that ink pad trio. It's so good. So, so good. I should mention, and I forgot. Okay, so our Arctic Poppies It actually die cuts the whole base of the flower as one die. So what I did, and I will cut these apart here in a minute, I just cut the top off to glue onto the green stem, and then the layering piece does die cut separate. So those are the components I'm using here for those. Let's go ahead and do this other one. And you can see that I didn't even do a full die cut for some of them. It's finally cooled down in Massachusetts after a horrible heat wave. Cora, I saw that it has been terribly, terribly hot back east. So I'm glad it cooled off a bit for you for the start of the weekend. Christy, you'll have to ask Karen what I said about the amount of things I have in my craft room that I haven't used. We are super optimistic about what we think we're going to get done this weekend. Karen started it. She said that she was very optimistic, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, me too. So I sent her pictures this morning. I agree. But I always seem to think I need more. Have you tried the, let's see, paint pens? They have a point. I have not. Jennifer, I will have to try that. Laura's working on 4th of July cards. Nicola says might have to wait for the ink cubes, assuming they are coming, but I really want those greens. I'm sure, I can't say for sure because I really don't know, but my assumption, Nicola, would be that they will have them eventually. I don't really know what their wait time is, but I'm sure they're coming. Okay. Now, let's go ahead, actually, while I have this light pink out, let's go ahead and do these as well before I switch colors. We'll use what was left here on our green. I might need a little more. Okay, Christy likes that pen as well, that white pen. I will have to, I think I've heard about that before. I'm going to have to look into that and pick one up. Thank you for the suggestion. Joyce and Christ is working on 21 cards for one of her son's 21st birthday in a couple of weeks. Oh, happy early birthday to him. Oops. That wasn't my best inking, but it's pretty forgiving, so we're going to go with it. Okay, let's get rid of that green again. Before we do that, okay, here's what I was talking about with these flowers. So I just die cut the whole thing, once from Chiffon, once from Rainforest, and I'm just cutting the top off. We're going to discard that stem piece. And then we're just going to blend in that rhubarb ink just like we did before. So I'm just going to go in. I'm really loving this ink color on the chiffon. Working on place card, got a birthday party. Nice, Erica. Some felt. Let's see, I'm stitching Old Glory bonus flag chart from Primrose. Oh, how fun. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and glue these together. Judith says it's finally nice in the Northeast. Good. Has it been super hot there as well, Judith? We were just discussing that it's been awfully hot in quite a few places. Christine says she's making Christmas cards. Oh, nice. Her daughter's going back to law school and she'll need them for professors, working on nothing icing my brain. Danae, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Do what you need to do. For sure. Sometimes it's nice to just not do anything. Laura says she could open a store with all the different kinds of pins she owns, right? Could probably open a store with many, many things. What did Michelle say? I missed it. I'm going back. Hold on. Let's see. Challenge myself to alphabetically go through my stamp sets to use all of them. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing challenge. So have you started is what I want to know, and where are you at if you have started? That's amazing. And that's some awesome organization as well. Okay, let's go ahead and grab these two stems for our daisies, the little tilted daisies. And I'm not going to do any inking, I don't think. Maybe a little on the centers, maybe not. We'll see. You could blend in maybe a little gray if you wanted to, but I decided I didn't really think they needed it. I hope I don't change my mind. Oh my gosh, yeah, at the beginning of the week, Judith said it was 104. Yeah, that's too hot. That's too hot. I know everybody who's like in Arizona is saying, haha, that's cool, right? I was complaining to my parents. It's been, I don't know, a week or so ago, something about it being hot. And my dad was like, no, 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 no. Because they live in Arizona. He's like, no, that's not hot, Nicole. I was like, you're right, Dad. You win. That's why I told him, too. I said, you win. Oh, Jennifer, thank you. That really makes my day. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you. All right, if I don't like this, let's not do that. Hold on. The fact that I was saying if I don't like this, I can cut another one was where I was going with that. But let's just do it right the first time. So I went and grabbed my gingerbread ink. I am going to add a little shading to the centers of these. Not a ton. Heidi said yes. Heidi, I knew that you would say that because she's our Arizona girl here in the chat. Yeah, so I quickly changed my mind. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of gingerbread over this. I believe this color is called Tuscan, if I'm not mistaken. Just to add a tiny bit of interest to the flower centers. And I like that one's a little bigger than the other. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Where's my embellishment wand? Oh, I put it away. Ginger says she commends Michelle for tackling such a major project, but she's weak and she knows better than to attempt such a challenge. I feel the same way, Ginger. But I love that. Keep a record of it, Michelle. I think that would be so fascinating to like post about or kind of just maybe challenge others. I love that. Okay. Yes, I like that little shading, and I really think that's all these little guys needed. Look how cute these are. Okay, so we're just going to add a little glue to that top. And let's do that to this one as well. There we go. All right, finally, we have 2 stems left here, and we have all of these adorable little pink blooms. Penny says she's been working on Bible study crafts for the last few weeks. Finally cleared off her glassboard studio bat, but now she's trying to figure out how to use her drill press to finish a project. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, we're going to take a little apple. This color of cardstock is called Tutu, and this is one of the new colors from Spellbinders as well, and I love this color. And just like we did with the Arctic Poppies, I do not want to go super heavy with this, so I'm just going to tap off a bunch of my apple ink, and I kind of want to have it centered more in the center and leave those outer edges, the Tutu color, but have a little bit of this apple in there. It's not going to be super dramatic, but I really like that Tutu color, and I'm not looking to cover it up. I'm just looking for that little touch of shading. Michelle says what helps is not buying more stamp sets. Yes. That's the part that I struggle with, though, Michelle. I'm always like, ooh, what's shiny and new? Okay. So very simple. Really not heavy at all with the inking. Let's just clean this up so I'm hopefully not transferring it everywhere. And I don't really think it matters how you layer these. Maybe there's a certain way they go, but I really don't think it matters. And then I've got little cute yellow flower centers that come with this set that we're going to use with it. I'm going to lay these out before I get too excited. Maybe I should look at the packaging. That could be helpful. Oh, that's cute. Although I don't know that it really matters. I'm going to kind of stick with my first philosophy. I don't know that it matters. Oh, come on. Sticking to my fingers. There we go. All right, we're going to go with that. Maybe. Let's see, shiny and new is hard to resist. Based on the sneak peeks, I'll be spending a lot at Wildflowers release is so good. So good. Yeah, well, when this Christmas stuff starts getting shown, that's when all bets are off for me, as you guys probably know. All right, so I'm going to grab these. Maybe I should have added some ink to these as well, huh? I think I'll just add it when it's right on there. Okay. And we're going to do this one. Oh no, like this. Once you add that little flower center, I definitely think that helps. Being in the craft room is helping not spin because it's full of shiny, bright, and new. 100%. So I was doing a little cleaning this morning, and I was like, what is all of this beautiful stuff? I found some things that I didn't know I had, as always. And I also said, oh, Nicole, stop buying fabric, number one. Stop buying fabric. I even told Karen, I'm like, I didn't even know I had all this stuff. Wildflower is dangerous, Betsy said. 100%. They've really been killing it. Judith says, are all these little flowers Simon Says stamped? Yes, they are. All of them are linked down in the description. I showed all the sets at the beginning of the video, but you can always check the description for those sets. The only things I think I didn't add ahead of time were the ink colors because I was a little on the fence, but I will be adding those as soon as the live is over. Okay, let's build our flower garden. And then let's stamp a little sentiment. So I love, love, love. Let's see if it'll show it better. This chiffon color against the indigo. I also really love the white here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to, I like to lay it all out first. I don't want to start with immediately gluing everything down. I want to kind of find how does it look the best. These two are for the other card. And then we're going to go from there. Now I haven't put these pink blooms on yet because I want to kind of see what I think. Because two of them are going to go on one of these. Maybe kind of like that. And I think this one is going to go over here kind of like that. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see. Tabitha said, I was just thinking I'm not buying any new Christmas products. Then I laughed out loud. Tabitha, I'm not even going to tell myself that. I know that that will be a complete lie. For me, that's a complete lie. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing down my flower garden. And these are so delicate. These are not something that I like to add foam adhesive to. Let's see. And we're going to just kind of go in. I know I'm not taking my stem all the way to the bottom, but I'm going to kind of try to help disguise that because it's a little short, like by maybe even how I place this. I don't know that it'll be super noticeable. We'll see. I might try to put this one more like that. Yes, I think that's what we're going to do. Aw, thanks, Judith. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you like it. So the daisies are called the tilted daisies. And we're going to just kind of have that. I like that it's called tilted. I think that's kind of cute. This one is called Arctic Poppies. And I can't remember what the other one's called. I'll look at the package. Delicate Wildflower. There's so many names for all these things. It's hard for me to keep track. Anyone else? So I think we're going to go kind of like that. I always find that the assembly here is the trickiest part. Because I always want them to be, you know, slightly maybe overlapped under things. The daisies are so cute. Kim, I agree. They are really, really awesome. Okay. And we'll put a little glue here. There we go. Then same thing over here. And I think what I was thinking was this one might go underneath. Or, no, I think I want to do this one here. Let's do that first. The date, let's see, don't want to lie, and that includes lying to myself. Ginger, no. I'm not even going to tell that lie to myself because fall and Halloween, and Christmas are my weaknesses. All of the things. I generally love all of it in all crafting areas. So yeah, there's not going to be any lies to myself. One thing, I think this stem is going to be a little too tall, so I'm just going to shorten it just a little bit. Don't be afraid to shorten things if you need to. I don't want it to completely cover up my daisy. Thank you, Michelle. Who else loves building like little floral arrangements on their cards? I'm going to tuck this one right there. Now, if any glue gets on the dark, the glue really, really shows up, but it will fade. So that's the good news. Okay, so now it's time to kind of evaluate. I think what we're going to do is this. Yes. evaluate and see kind of where we want to put, I'm so sorry, Frank is barking, where we want to put our sentiment. Oh, look how pretty that little window is going to look. All right. And Betsy is coming in with the reminder that then there will be stamp timber. Exactly. Fall and Halloween, Cora says, yes. Yes, Ginger, I agree. She says that Simon Says Stamp does so many great individual florals. They really do, and it allows you to really kind of look at all of it and pick what you love the most. Mix and match, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. I'm not going to leave this on here while I stamp, but I am going to leave it on here while we figure out what we want this to say. So I love that you can really mix and match this. And I wanted to do Your Smile Brings So Much Joy. I love that. And I do want to concentrate my words, even though it's going to be see-through, I want to concentrate most of that over the stems. And we are just going to kind of figure out our placement. And I like that. So now that I know where the big word is going to go, I am going to remove this because it's really hard to get things straight with all that bumpiness there. And I'm going to move this up just a tad. There's a couple of different options in this stamp set for the smile, but this one takes up so much more room than this small, or this has a lot less outline to it. So this is the one that I want to use because I think it won't cover up quite as much. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm actually going to stamp this second. I think this is all going to be okay at one time. Now, for stamping on acetate, you do want to use a solvent ink. So my personal favorite is the Cotton White StazOn. You could also use black, but white is probably what I use 95% of the time. I always love the white. Oh my gosh, Laura, the June Caboodle, me too. Obsessed with it. So good. And I'll tell you what, July's is... It's one of my favorite themes to work with. Let's just leave it at that. Laura says she loves anything with flowers and totally agree with the navy and pink color combo. Oh, thank you. Okay, so there is part of my sentiment. And you know what? We are going to just stamp the same greeting on both to simplify it today. Let me pop this one out. I'm just going to put my other one in. And this is great for mass producing. So if you can kind of get all of your cards at the same place, if you want to make multiples at one time, it's always a great way to kind of just stamp it all. Look how good that looks. Oh, I love that. Oh, I should have just left this one in here. Okay. Then I'm going to put the Your right here. And I'm just going to move these down. I'll clean them here when we're done. Ginger says, do you have the new Dragonfly? Yes. And if so, how similar is it to the older? I don't know how similar it is to the older one. Sorry. I'm not exactly sure where I don't know if I have the older one, to be honest. But I do have the new one. I did not stamp that good. Oh, I see why. Oh, Nicole. Hope you didn't just mess up your card. Your smile brings so much joy. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the other one. Ginger is a dragonfly fan. Question, does Stays-On take long to dry? No, it does not. That's why you want to use it. That is not the best stamping. What do you think's going on there? Oh, it's okay. I could take it off if I wanted to, but I think we're going to leave it. It's not that bad. I think I pressed too hard. Hi, Courtney. I'm glad she's at the laundromat washing her comforter. Well, that doesn't really sound that fun. But it's good to see you. So this is why, you know what, I lied. I know I said that I could put up with that, but I can't. Can everyone hold one moment? We're going to fix it. All right. Does everyone know that you can take like a little rubbing alcohol if you don't like your stamping with the solvent ink, and you can basically remove it with a little rubbing alcohol or Stays-On cleaner. But I'm going to have to use a couple. I don't want to really restamp everything. I can, but I don't want to. So I wasn't super happy with that. And so I'm going to just remove it. This card's too pretty to leave it with something I don't love. So I just like to use some Q-tips and basically erase. Let's see. Ta-da! Okay, let's do the other one. And then I'm going to clean my stamp and see if that helps. Sorry, I'm being kind of quiet. I'm trying to not ruin all my stamping. Okay. So this is one of the great things, because I don't want you to ever think if you stamp on your acetate and you don't get it quite right, or it's a little smudged or whatever, acetate is, you know, more expensive than our cardstock or our paper. And you can always just remove it just like that. Yay! Oh, good. Danae did not know that. Well, I'm glad I could show that today then. I'm glad that I didn't like my stamping, so I could fix that. Okay, we're going to start over with this step, but I'm going to clean that stamp first. Let's clean off our ink. Yay! I'm so glad you learned something new. Madge says, oh, found a set that has been missing for several years. Fantastic. Don't you? Okay, here's a fun fact. This is not a stamp set, you guys. I'm going to tell you. I have this little hand sander that I use all the time for like little craft projects when I'm sanding things. I haven't been able to find it. I found it this morning. It was nowhere where it was supposed to be either. It was stuck between some fabric. I don't even know how it got there. So it feels so good to find things that you think you've lost. Okay, we're starting again. I cleaned my stamp. Are you making with the Tim Holtz kit? I am, Susie. That's a great question. I will have a bonus class on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. Yes, I will. Yes, ma'am. So excited about that. I don't know what I am doing here. Maybe I need to re-ink my thing. Oh gosh. I definitely need to re-ink my stamp, but I'm not loving my stamping. Everything else was going so good. Okay, let's see if I think this looks better. It's not too bad. It's not the best. Is there a different Your? There is a bigger one. Maybe I should just try the other your on this and see if I like it better. What do you think? Let's just do it on this one, and if so, I will erase the other one. Thank you for your patience while I work through this stamping technical difficulty. I love that smile stamp. Michelle said yes. Everything else stamps so good that I am not sure what maybe it's just that it's such a small stamp too. That could be it. Also, I really need to re-ink this. Dang it. We're going to try to get through it without me having to re-ink it during the video though. All right. Oh, that's terrible. We're not doing that. It's pretty small, and I really, really need to add some ink to it. Okay, I like the small one. Let's just ignore this one for now. I will do that one off camera. I'm happy enough with this. I'm going to re-ink my stamp. This one will be fine. Or I'll re-ink my ink pad, not my stamp. It's a little dry, and I think if it was a little juicier, it would be better. So let's go ahead now. And pop this up. Oh, yeah, we all do. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you, Athena. I appreciate it. I really love how the little popped up acetate frame looks. Now, again, if you wanted to, you could totally make this a shaker, but I don't want anything to really cover up my florals, so I'm not going to. You don't have to worry that your foam meets up perfectly, because nothing's going to escape from here, because we are not making this a shaker today. Nicole, oh, Anne, well thanks, they're so sweet. It's called Dirty Hair Don't Care over here. This is the dirty hair hairstyle when I need to wash my hair, but it didn't happen this morning. But actually, it's also my summer hair look too. I feel like it's so much cooler to have it up. Okay. So we're just going to pop this right over here like so. Oh, you guys, I love the navy and the pink and the white. So pretty. Okay, the last thing we're going to do for this, and I am going to fix that other card. I keep feeling like this live is long, but we're only at an hour. But I am going to go ahead and add a few of these. These are the Opal Dazzling Gems. Oh my goodness, Susie goes, can I say, as I am making my Christmas cards, future Susie is going to be very happy with past Susie. I love that. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. So we are going to write on the acetate window. I'm just going to put little bits of glue, and we are going to pop these little opal colored gems. You could put them inside as well, but I really like adding just a little sparkly here and there. Let's do some here. I think, let's see. We'll step back and look at it here in a minute and see if we need any others. Do a couple more out over here, I think. And this one. Oh, and it's just a super, super easy finishing touch. Okay. Final thing for the card before I go fix the other one. which is exactly the same. I just really love making multiple cards in one craft session, is I'm going to take my card base. I'm just going to glue it up real good with that Simon Says Stamp Craft glue. And we're going to pop it just like this. I think I touched that. Dang it. I'm having a lot of dang it's today, you guys. What's going on? Okay, we're going to have to remove that. Let me see if I can get that off. Maybe I should... Let me get my Q-tips again. I got glue on my acetate, so let me get that off. That was amazing, Christy said. Aw, thank you, Christy. Oh, yeah. Just take your little rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip. It's magic. And that was for glue, not even white ink. So here is our card. So even if you are not going to make a shaker, here's an example of a shaker, obviously with that acetate window. Acetate can be magic because it allows you to layer over anything where you wouldn't be able to get this beautiful seamless layer in another way. This allows you so you can still see your floral garden. You're not covering it up with a big, bold outline die cut or anything like that. I just am a huge, huge fan of acetate in all different ways. Aw, thank you guys. All right, you can hang out with me if you want to. You also, if you got things to do, go do it. I am going to fix this. I'm also going to re-ink my ink pad. If you want to see, I hope I still have ink in it. Oh, you guys, I'm going to be so mad if I'm out of ink. We'll see. We'll make it work. But I definitely think this was a case. These were a little bit bigger and a single word. I really do need to re-ink my ink pad, and it does make a difference. So we're just going to clean that up, and it's just a little tedious and you want to be so careful, but Q-tips, a little rubbing alcohol, good as new. Kim says she loves acetate, same. Okay, let me grab my ink refill. Oh, I did buy a new one this last time. Fantastic. Okay. I thought I did. I just don't think I re-inked it. This poor ink pad looks like it's seen better days, but it's still working. Oh, Laura says it's like a floral cloche. I love that. So I'm going to go in pretty heavy with my ink because I have not inked this in a while. And I think at one time, maybe they used to sell it with a tool, or maybe I have just misplaced it. It's hard telling. But I usually just try to take like a piece of cardstock or something. Unlike other ink, this tends to like to just sit on the top. So I usually do this. And it really should sit for a little bit and soak in before I stamp it. So that's what I'm going to allow it to do so that I don't make a huge inky mess. But it will absorb into the ink pad. And then I can stamp my other window. It was just super dry. Just like that. Let's see, I do want to see, because I don't know how to do that re-inking. This is all I do for that. And I know it's super goopy right now, but it will absorb. This ink tends to be really sticky. I would never use this much with a dye ink pad, but for this, it's going to absorb in there and I'll be able to use it for quite a while. And I'm just using like the leftover backing from my foam adhesive kind of push that in. I'm going to let this sit probably for about 20 minutes and let it soak in. Obviously, not on camera. No one wants to wait for my ink to absorb, but that's how I get around fixing that so that I can stamp it a little bit nicer. Oh yeah, you can use an old gift card to smoosh the ink into the ink pad. Yeah, I just use kind of whatever. How often do you have to re-ink that ink pad, Ginger said. I bet you I haven't re-inked mine in 6 months. If you use it a lot, you might have to re-ink it more. I think also, you know, your weather might have, if it's super dry where you live, it may dry out your ink pad a little bit. It's really just kind of dependent on what you think. Usually I stamp it. Like I had such good luck with the first image or first text that I stamped. I thought it would be fine. I knew it was a little dry because it was really sticky even when I stamped. And that's kind of also how you can tell it needs to be re-inked. But for that little teeny tiny word, I just think I'm going to get a much better impression with a juicier ink pad. I have never re-inked. Do you have to use the thing for dye ink since it isn't so thick, and do you wait 20 minutes for it to? Kimberly, no. With dye ink, I don't put quite as much on there generally. Well, even if you do, it absorbs a lot easier. I don't have to do anything. I just re-ink the ink pad, maybe let it sit for a minute, and then I go ahead and stamp like normal. Let's see. Yes, Ginger says white ink pads, they do seem to require re-inking more often, especially if you use them a lot. Jennifer just re-inked her Memento black stamping ink after 5 years. Yeah, I don't re-ink mine very often. I really need to go through like all of my Simon Says Stamp positively saturated inks. I've noticed a few of them are super, like they're a little dry, or I have to stamp and several times to get a good impression. So I know I need to go through and re-ink all of those. Ginger says she's like, there's nothing dry here, humid in Missouri like in Kansas. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Kim, why does all of the spell check on our computers say yardstick instead of cardstock when we type it? I've noticed mine do that too. I'll be like writing an email and writing cardstock, or writing a class description and I'll put cardstock and it changes it to yardstick, and I'm like, what? Oh, great. Shannon says she uses a plastic spoon to smoosh it in. That's a great suggestion. Okay, you guys, I will finish assembling the other card off camera since I do need to stamp that. I mean, I could put the flowers on, but you guys saw me do it. I'm just making the same one again. I want to thank you all for joining me today for this live featuring the Simon Says Stamp a Friend Like You release products. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspired you maybe to try acetate if you haven't, or to use it in a way other than for shaker cards. I will be back next Friday for another live, so I will see you guys all then. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.